Welcome. In this short video, we are going to talk about the built-in JavaScript object console. The console is used by the programmer to get important messages from their program. Important messages so that they can test it, debug it, and understand its workings. The console keyword refers to an object, and an object is something that has a collection of data and actions that we use in our code. One such action, or an object-oriented terminology method, is the built-in log for the built-in console object is the log method. When we write console.log, what we put inside the parentheses will get printed or logged to the console. Let's look at some examples now. In our Code Academy course, in the topic of console, there is a task for us to print to the console the number of weeks we have been programming. If you have not already done this lesson, you may want to hit pause, do the lesson, and then return to this video. Console.log 100 weeks. I can now hit run. And when I run the program on the right-hand side, I see the number 100 printed. On this right-hand side is the panel here is basically the console. And we're printing console.log 100 out, and it comes out in, as shown here. So this is one example of the console in action. Another such example is inside a web browser. JavaScript, after all, is the language of the web. So when we have a website or a web page that we're working on, normally we would have lots of JavaScript code in it to make the website engaging and interactive. This website is neither of that. It's neither engaging or interactive. In fact, there's nothing in it. It is a web page. It does have code in it. All it has is a simple console.log statement in there that prints out a simple message. How do we see that message? Where is the console in our browser? Let's open it now. In Firefox, you go to your options or your menu and click on More Tools. Under More Tools, you'll see an entry called Web Developer Tools. Select it. When you do that, it opens up a number of tabs at the bottom half of your screen, one of which is the console. And when our web page ran, it did print out the message that we had in our program. The area of the triangle is 14. So our program, our web page did get loaded, it did run, and unbeknownst to us, in the console, the message got printed out, which we only saw when we opened up the console from the developer tools. Here is the source code to show you that it did in fact use console.log and print the message, the area of the triangle is 14. But as you can see, in between the HTML, there is no code. That's why our web page is blank. Let's look at one more example of printing something to the console. We'll look at Visual Studio. We have a very simple program. All it does is say console.log hello world. Let's print it to the terminal. Let's run this and see it come out in the terminal. So in Visual Studio, we go to the terminal and we say new terminal, and we have a terminal window there. We've installed node.js, which allows us to run JavaScript outside a web browser. So I simply type in the name of a node and the name of the program, and we see the message hello world printed. This is the same thing as our console inside Visual Studio. They call it the terminal. You can even open in Windows, the command shell, which is also, another name for the console from a JavaScript point of view. Mac has its terminal as well. All operating systems have something that you can run a program under and see the output. Remember, these messages are mainly for the programmer, not for the end user, because we want to send messages to ourselves at different points in our program to better diagnose it. Thanks for watching. All the best in your journey to JavaScript.